Let's press play on this because this affects all of us.
In fact, many of the chiefs standing behind me have similar incidents with their off-duty officers. This isn't just important because it happened to off-duty police officers, but what it did do is we know that our officers know what the Constitution is. They know what right and wrong is.
Right there. Right there. That's the part I want all of you to focus on. Is it right or wrong for police officers to do this to the homeless? Obviously, police officers think this is okay to do to the homeless. It's just not okay to do it to them. So yes, this is just because it happened to off-duty police officers. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about our rights. They violate them daily. These officers who decided to violate other people's rights just because they put on a badge. As soon as they put on a badge, they say, oh, well, it's not my fault. These were my orders. I was just following orders. Really? Well, every argument that this police chief and all of his fellow buddy police chiefs in the background have to say is exactly what we've been saying for years. Exactly what the homeless have been saying for years. What's the difference between this ICE crap and the homeless crap? Well, people in houses who have guns are a lot more liberal about pulling out their guns and defending immigrants or defending a white lesbian who lived in a house. But a homeless person, especially if that homeless person is a man, and even more so if they're disabled, these are all three very high brackets for a person's chances of being abused, and that includes by law enforcement. So yes, this guy is specifically bitching because, oh, poor him, it's happening to his guys now. That's right, they know the Constitution and they outright ignore it. They deny us our rights, and if they do record, they deny you your rights until they're allowed to record. They send you to other agencies who will refuse to do their jobs too. They'll tell you you have to go to the police, and that at this point is obviously just a running joke. Oh, you're homeless? Go to the police. Go to CARE. Go to TFCC. Go to Northwest Senior and Disability Services, and we've gotten to hear all of them send me around in circles for years. That's just here in Tillamook, and I'm telling you, this shit's nationwide. This guy has no room to speak. None. But he's doing it anyway. I told you guys, I hope this stuff happens to you. I for certainly said that about the abuse that the homeless have to go through that you want to turn a blind eye to. And now that it is happening to you, you continue to make the same mistake. You want to find out about human trafficking? Ask homeless women. Even if they haven't been human trafficked, they know more than you do. And they know more than any officer is ever going to be able to learn. These guys are not competent. They pretend that they're not trained. They're also all supposed to be trained in how to de-escalate a situation. And instead of de-escalating it, when you try to turn in a police officer, what do? They escalate the situation, assault you, press false charges against you, and then use the mental health system to try to prevent any evidence from coming to court, coming to the light of day, showing that you tried to turn them in, and that's why you're being retaliated against. Now, in all of these crimes that they want to charge me with, that they've had to drop, I'm going to tell you something. Just in Chapel, Nebraska alone, 30 separate crimes they wanted to try to, well, pretend that I had committed. And why did they do this? because I was trying to turn in Sheriff Scott DaCosta of the Dula County Sheriff's Department. There is no police force in Dula County. And the state patrol, well, they're locals, so they know each other. They go to conventions together. There's all sorts of stuff that makes that an impossibility. But I try. This guy right here is complaining because what? At least he's being fucking heard. At least the media will listen to him instead of slandering his name and then looking the other way. Just like the officers in Natalie's case decided to slander my name and then look the other way. They coordinated across jurisdictional boundaries to have me harmed repeatedly. Not just jurisdictions within Colorado, but also state borders, multiple states, literally from one coast to the other. From Chesapeake, Virginia to Tillamook, Oregon. And we got a long history of recording the abuse in each of those places. And how law enforcement doesn't just do it to me, they do it to all of the homeless. How dare you try to turn in a crime? Now you guys are getting treated that way. We got people in Minneapolis. Look at all those goons ripping American citizens out of their homes, out of their cars, blocking them in the middle of traffic and pointing guns at them. Oh, it's wrong now? Now it's wrong? It literally took this for you to realize that it's wrong? Kind of like when I had to tell the TFCC, I had to call up their phone number and I had to explain to them what was going on, and I did it nicely, repeatedly, over and over again, and they did not listen. So when I gave them an example of what I'm going through, well, according to Kylie, more than one, and I'm sure there was more than one, because she hadn't returned any of those nice calls. None of them. I was fulfilling my obligation. They weren't. Repeatedly, I have been denied my right of habeus corpus. That's your right to show up at your own trials, to show up at your own court dates. It's illegal to prevent you from doing so, but who cares if I was prevented from doing so? I'm just a hobo. And you got to hear some lies and rumors that are untrue, so that makes it okay to come after me. That makes it okay to threaten me and my friends and family, doesn't it? It makes it okay for police officers to repeatedly assault me and lie and pretend that I am schizophrenic to try to cover up for the wrong things that they did. Natalie Bollinger would still be alive if police officers gave a shit about our constitutional rights or about us as human beings. They don't care about us. They are their own personal gang. One thing you got to think about is that crookedness is from the top down. If you have a crooked police chief, he is going to hire crooked police officers. If you elect a crooked sheriff, he is going to hire crooked deputies. That is reality. These guys only care because it's their gang members being targeted. Don't tell me these people here are law-abiding citizens any more than these are law-abiding citizens. I don't buy it. You want to talk about how horrible it will be if habeas corpus is removed. It is removed. All they have to call you is mentally ill. Your right to habeas corpus is fucking gone.